January 24, 2019, Chuluota, Florida. When no one heard from Amato family for more than 24 hours, concern turned into alarm. When police arrived at the house for welfare check, what they found inside was disturbing. Three family members were dead. The father lay on the kitchen floor, shot twice from close range. The mother was found at her desk, shot from behind, and their youngest son was found dead nearby. At the first glance, it looked like a murder suicide, but it wasn't. The truth was far darker. This is the case of Grant Amato and how obsession erased an entire family. Grant Amato was born on May 20, 1989 in Orlando, Florida. His father, Chad Amato, was a clinical pharmacist. His mother, Margaret, worked as a senior operation manager. By all appearance, this was a stable, supportive household. His elder half-brother Jason lived elsewhere. He grew up close to his younger brother Cody. Both boys shared interest in fitness, health, and medicine. They attended the same school. They went to the same university. They both pursued nursing. But where Cody kept moving forward, Grant didn't. Cody completed his study and became nurse anesthetist. Grant dropped out, but still managed to find work as a nurse. From the outside, Grant looked like someone who had simply fallen behind. But inside, something was unraveling. In the mid-2018, Grant's career collapsed. He was suspended from his nursing job after hospital staff discovered missing vials of propofol, a powerful sedative that had not been prescribed to patients under his care. Grant admitted he had administered the drugs without authorization. He was fired. Criminal charges followed, though they were later dropped. But the damage was done. He was unemployed, disgraced, and living back at home. Grant told his family he had a plan. He would become a Twitch streamer, a gamer, or a content creator. His family believed him. They bought him equipment and paid his all expenses. They supported him, hoping he would find his way back. What they didn't know was that Grant wasn't streaming at all. Inside, Grant spent his nights on a webcam site. There he met Silvia Ventislavova, a Bulgarian cam model known online as a Silvie. Grant didn't just watch her. He paid her by the minute, hours at a time, night after night. He presented himself as a wealthy and successful, sent her gift, paid for attention. To fund this fantasy, Grant began stealing credit cards from his parents, money from his brother. By the time his family realized what was happening, nearly 200,000 was gone. They tried to stop him. They sent him to rehab for internet and pornography addiction. They gave him an ultimatum: no contact with Sylvia, get a job, follow the rules. Grant agreed, and then he broke the rules, contacting the cam model through his mother's phone. When his father discovered Grant was still contacting the cam models, he told him to pack his bag and leave. That argument would become the motive.
So yeah, anyways, on Thursday, he had apparently found out that I was speaking to her again. And when I came back on the 4th, my mom picked me up from the Cornerstone place. And then me and my mom met my dad at California Pizza Grill or Kitchen in Waterford Lakes. And he had this list, front and back, on a piece of paper of all the rules. This is what's going to happen. This is why I'm acting the way that I'm going to act. I'm not going to be Dad anymore. I'm going to be Chad. And I basically told him that I'm going to be present. I'm going to do what I can. I'm going to start to try and get jobs now. I told him what my plan was. It wasn't really my intention to continue talking to this woman, but it just kind of happened. And then because there was like that emotional connection, I guess you could say, between her and me, like I like, you know, it felt like a relationship, you know. I didn't want to just stop cold turkey on it. So he had apparently found out, and then
unhappy.
Right, and one of the stipulations was that he told me at the dinner was, if you speak to this woman again, you're out of the house. Like, I'm kicking you out. You can pack up your shit, and then you're off my property.
January 24, 2019, Margaret Amato sat at her computer in home office. Grant shot her in the back of the head. Then he waited. When his father Chad arrived home and walked into the kitchen, he shot him twice from behind. Then he used his father's phone to text his brother Cody, asking him to come home after work. Cody walked through the doors. Grant shot him. Before leaving, Grant stages the scene, placing the gun near Cody's body to suggest a murder-suicide. Then he disappeared. The next day, when Cody failed to come in for work, his co-workers became concerned and called the police to request wellness check. Police arrived at his home at 9:17 a.m. Inside the locked house, they found 3 dead bodies. Chad Amato lay on the kitchen floor. Margaret Amato was at her desk. Their youngest son Cody was found dead nearby. Only one family member was missing, Grant Amato. A manhunt followed. Within 24 hours, Grant was located at the hotel less than an hour away. During questioning, his story shifted. In one version, he claimed he had driven past his home, seen the police and news vehicles outside. Instead of stopping, he went to nearby shop to search for day's top news story.
That's where I think I decided that I was going to maybe drive by the house.
Did you go drive by?
I didn't drive by the house. I was starting to go there down that Fort Christmas road, and then I was just like, I'm not gonna do it, because as far as I know, it's like, you know, Dad's probably at work. I don't know if Cody works again today, and you know, just like with everything that had been happening.
When you drove down there,
yeah.
See anything strange?
No, I had seen like a couple of cars like pass by me, but
what do you mean cars?
Like just standard, like just a little bit of traffic. Okay. But then apart from that, no, I mean nothing.
How close do you get to the house?
Like a couple miles.
Okay. Gotcha. You leave there, and you go where?
And then after I choose not to do that, then when I had gone to the Panera, I searched for like top stories, Oviedo or Chuluota or something like that.
And found what?
And then I saw that there was, it was like just the initial, like it had like a video, but I didn't listen to the video, but it had just an initial thing of that there was shootings in Salton Circle, but it didn't say like the address or who was involved. It was just like this is the preliminary.
If you did that, you would have seen something, and there would be something out of the ordinary that you would have seen. If you passed that, you passed something out of the ordinary. What was it?
I saw like a news van, and then I don't think there might have been like a cop car. There was like traffic being.
You came back to the neighborhood. You saw some things that are really out of the ordinary.
Right.
And I don't believe for a second that you thought that I'm not going to look what's going on. What happened to my neighborhood?
I didn't.
He was arrested and charged with 3 counts of first-degree murders. At trial, prosecutor laid out the motive: money, control, and obsession. Grant's brother Jason testified against him. The state sought the death penalty, but the jury could not agree. On the August 12, Grant Amato was found guilty of all the 3 counts of first-degree murders, receiving a life in prison. The Amato case is not just about murder. It's about illusion, about obsession, about a man who chose fantasy over reality. and raised his family to protect it. But the question still remains, how far can desire go before it destroys everything?